frankly, I hope this doesn't sound disingenuous, it's the work that I'm doing now in starting Yuvo Health as co-founder and CEO. Um, uh, there's numerous reasons why I'm most proud of this, but the main one is like being a person of color, growing up in the communities that I grew up in. It wasn't expected of me to start a company, to gain venture backing, and to grow in this way. That people like me weren't expected to do things like that. I didn't have people to look up to that did things like that. So for me to be in this position, building this company, um, to serve the communities that I was a part of and continue to be a part of, is an incredibly important one for me. And to be surrounded by amazingly brilliant co-founders and members of my team that are continuing to build this team with me and build this company with me is uh, so incredibly like gratifying. So that is by far the biggest accomplishment that I'm most proud of in my career. There are numerous problems with the healthcare system. Um, I would say, though, if you think about many of those problems, many of them are symptoms of broader systemic issues and breakdowns in our healthcare ecosystem. I would say the one thing that is probably the biggest breakdown that I have lived experience in is the fact that there are large swaths of the population that do not have access to quality healthcare. Um, and if there was one thing, if I had this like magic wand that I could um, make an issue go away, it would be just that. It is not just an equity and access issue or social justice issue or health justice or health equity issue, but it's also a common sense economic issue, right? Of everyone should have access to quality healthcare, and it only benefits society as a whole when everyone does. And I always think of it in terms of why I built Yuvo, was to combat that problem head on. And I built it out of necessity. So in a perfect world scenario, Yuvo would never have to exist because everyone already has access to quality healthcare. Simply, I'm a work in progress there, so I definitely don't want to be perceived as like the expert in understanding how to prevent burnout, because I think that's something that everyone needs to continue to work on, myself included. Probably have one big piece of advice and maybe a couple smaller ones. In terms of the big piece of advice is um, build a team that you can trust and be surrounded by um, experts in the field that you know that you can delegate responsibility to and spread that risk around. I am very fortunate, but was also very deliberate in building out the team that I have here at Yuvo, wherein they are brilliant experts in their field that I know that I can trust and rely on to get the work done. And it is such a relief to be able to have this amazing team around me, so that it doesn't feel like all the responsibility is solely on my shoulders. I'm getting the support and being uplifted by everyone else around me, which is so incredibly important. Um, but I guess there's other smaller things that get me through the day. I think one of the things that I think about a lot is having control over my own calendar. As I've moved up the ranks, I think one of the biggest things that can get away from you is your own time. And so what I do is very deliberate, and um, I take pieces of that time back for myself, whether that be to ensure that I have dinner every single day with my family, or even as simple as having my morning like workout and walk every morning at 6:30 a.m. It's just having that scheduled into my calendar and making it apparent to everyone around me that that time cannot be taken from me, uh, has been incredibly important for my own like health and wellness, and has made me as a result like a better person for the day. So it's been helpful for me.